Hey, beautiful Virgos, I just pulled cards for you about August and what September has in store. And wow, the energy here is absolutely fascinating. Let me share what came through, because this reading has some really surprising insights that I think will resonate deeply with where you are right now. So first, let me talk about August and what the cards are showing about your successes and achievements. The first card that came through for your August recap is the Three of Swords, and before you think this sounds negative, hear me out because this card is speaking to something really profound about your growth this month. The Three of Swords here is not about heartbreak at all. What I am seeing is that August brought you incredible clarity through some challenging situations. You know how sometimes we need to cut through illusions to see the truth? That is exactly what happened for you this month. There were moments where you had to face some uncomfortable realities, maybe about a job situation, a relationship dynamic, or even your own patterns. But instead of being defeated by this, you used that sharp mental clarity that Virgos are known for to slice right through to the truth. I am getting this strong sense that around mid-August, there was a situation where you had to make some tough decisions. Maybe you had to have a difficult conversation with someone, or you realized that something you thought was working for you actually was not serving your highest good. The Three of Swords shows that you did not just accept surface-level explanations anymore. You went deeper, you asked the hard questions, and you were willing to feel temporary discomfort in order to gain long-term clarity. What makes this such a success story is that you did not let this clarity paralyze you. Instead, you used it as a tool for precision. This is very Virgo of you, using analysis and discernment to improve your life circumstances. The swords in this card are not weapons of destruction. They are surgical instruments of truth, and you wielded them with the skill of a master craftsperson. I am also seeing that this clarity helped you in your professional life specifically. There might have been some workplace drama or confusion about roles and responsibilities, and your ability to cut through the noise and focus on facts rather than emotions really set you apart. People started seeing you as someone who can be trusted to give honest, clear feedback, which is going to serve you so well moving forward. The second card for your August success story is the King of Cups. And this is where things get really interesting because this card is showing me how you mastered emotional intelligence this month in ways that surprised even you. Now, Virgos are often stereotyped as being all logic and no emotion, but the King of Cups is telling a completely different story about your August experience. What I see here is that you learned to lead with your heart while still maintaining that practical Virgo wisdom. There was a situation, probably in your personal relationships, or maybe even in how you managed a team at work, where you discovered this incredible ability to be both compassionate and boundaried at the same time. The King of Cups sits on his throne, completely calm, even though there are waves all around him. That was you in August. There were emotional storms happening around you, maybe family drama, friend conflicts, or just the general stress that everyone seems to be carrying these days, but you found this amazing center of emotional stability within yourself. What I find most impressive about this card showing up is that it suggests you became the person others turned to for emotional guidance. People started seeing you not just as the organized, helpful Virgo who can solve practical problems, but as someone who truly understands the human experience. You probably found yourself giving advice that surprised you with its wisdom, or being the calm voice of reason when everyone else was spinning out. There is also a creative element to the King of Cups that I think manifested for you this month. This king is not just about emotional mastery. He is about turning emotions into something beautiful and useful. Did you start a creative project in August? Maybe you began writing, took up photography, started cooking more elaborate meals, or found some other way to express yourself that felt deeply satisfying. The cards are suggesting that you discovered a creative outlet that helps you process emotions in a healthy way. I am also getting that you may have had some important conversations about feelings this month. The King of Cups energy suggests you were able to articulate emotions in a way that others could really understand and connect with. This might have strengthened a romantic relationship, deepened a friendship, or even helped you connect better with family members. Moving into September, the energy shifts in really exciting ways, and I have to tell you, the first card that came through for September made me literally pause because it is so perfect for where you are heading. The Eight of Wands is your September energy, and this card is all about swift movement, messages, communication, and things happening quickly in the most positive way. After the deep emotional work and clarity you gained in August, September is going to feel like everything is suddenly accelerating in your favor. This card often represents communication and messages, so I am seeing that September brings important news, emails, phone calls, or conversations that open up new opportunities for you. The universe has been preparing you through August for this moment when things start moving fast. And because you have done the inner work of clarity and emotional mastery, you are going to be ready to seize these opportunities. The Eight of Wands also suggests travel, or at least movement in your life. This could be literal travel for work or pleasure, but it could also be metaphorical movement, like advancing in your career, moving to a new phase in a relationship, or making progress on goals that have been stagnant. The energy is very dynamic and forward-moving. What I love about this card for Virgos is that it rewards preparation. You know how you are always thinking ahead, making lists, having backup plans? Well, in September, all that preparation is going to pay off in spectacular ways. When opportunities come flying at you, you will be the one who is ready to catch them, because you have already thought through the logistics. I am also seeing that September brings a lot of variety and stimulation. The Eight of Wands can represent multiple projects or interests all moving forward at once. Instead of feeling scattered, which might have happened to you in the past, you are going to feel energized by having multiple exciting things happening simultaneously. Your natural organizational skills are going to be your superpower this month. There is also a strong indication of recognition and acknowledgement coming your way. The swift energy of this card suggests that work you have been doing, maybe for months, is suddenly going to be seen and appreciated. This could manifest as a promotion, a new job offer, increased responsibilities, or even just the satisfaction of seeing a personal project finally come together. The fourth card that came through is the Two of Pentacles, and this is showing me how you are going to handle all the exciting energy of September with grace and balance. The Two of Pentacles is the master juggler of the tarot deck, and for Virgos in September, this card is saying you are going to absolutely excel at managing multiple priorities and opportunities. Where others might feel overwhelmed by having too many good things happening at once, you are going to find your rhythm and make it look effortless. This card often appears when we need to be flexible and adaptable, and it is telling me that September is going to require you to be comfortable with change and movement. But here is the thing about Virgos that people do not always realize. You are actually incredibly adaptable when you need to be. You might prefer stability and routine, but when circumstances require flexibility, you rise to the occasion beautifully. The Two of Pentacles also speaks to financial opportunities and decisions. I am seeing that September brings some choices about money, investments, or resources that require careful consideration. This might be a job offer that comes with a salary negotiation, an opportunity to invest in something, or a chance to monetize a skill or hobby you have been developing. What I find really encouraging about this card is that it shows you are going to feel confident in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. The figure in this card is not stressed about juggling. He is dancing. That dancing energy tells me that September is going to feel playful and dynamic rather than overwhelming. The pentacles in this card also represent different areas of your life, maybe work and personal projects, or family responsibilities and career advancement. The card is showing that you are going to find ways to excel in multiple areas simultaneously, which is such a Virgo superpower when you are operating at your highest level. I am also getting that this card represents a choice between two good options. This is not about choosing between something good and something bad, but about having the luxury of deciding between multiple positive paths forward. Trust your analytical nature to help you evaluate the pros and cons, but also trust your emotional intelligence, which you have been developing so beautifully. The fifth card is the Page of Cups, and this brings such a lovely, fresh energy to your September experience. The Page of Cups represents new emotional experiences, creative inspiration, and messages of love or opportunity. For Virgos in September, this card suggests that you are going to discover new aspects of yourself that surprise and delight you. The Page energy is all about being open to learning and growth, and after the deep work you did in August, you are primed for some beautiful new experiences. The Cups suit connects to your emotional and intuitive side, which I know is not always the first thing people think about with Virgos. But this card is telling me that September is going to strengthen your connection to your intuition in really practical ways. You might find yourself just knowing things, having gut feelings that turn out to be absolutely right, or receiving inspiration that leads to wonderful opportunities. This page often brings messages related to relationships, creativity, or spiritual growth. I am seeing the possibility of meeting someone new who brings fresh perspective into your life, or deepening an existing relationship in ways that feel renewing and exciting. If you are single, this could indicate someone entering your life who appreciates both your practical nature and your emotional depth. The creative aspect of this card is really strong for September. The Page of Cups often indicates the beginning of a creative project or the discovery of a new artistic interest. You might find yourself drawn to something you have never tried before, maybe pottery, painting, music, dance, or creative writing. Even if creativity has not been a big part of your identity before, this card suggests that September opens up this beautiful channel of self-expression. I am also seeing that this page brings a sense of wonder and curiosity back into your life. Sometimes Virgos can get so focused on responsibilities and practical matters that you forget to leave room for magic and serendipity. The Page of Cups is bringing that sense of possibility and openness to surprise back into your experience. The sixth card that came through is the Nine of Swords reversed, and I have to tell you, this card makes me so happy for you because it represents the end of a cycle of worry and overthinking that may have been plaguing you. The Nine of Swords traditionally represents anxiety, insomnia, and mental anguish. But reversed, it shows all of that lifting and clearing away. September is going to bring you such relief from patterns of overthinking and worry that may have been exhausting you. This is particularly significant for Virgos because your analytical nature, while being a tremendous strength, can sometimes lead you into cycles of mental spirals. What I love about this card appearing reversed is that it suggests you are going to find practical solutions to things that have been keeping you up at night. You know how sometimes you lie awake thinking through problems over and over without resolution? Well, September brings the breakthrough thinking and the actionable steps that finally put those worries to rest. This card also indicates that you are going to gain a much healthier perspective on challenges in your life. Things that seemed overwhelming or insurmountable in previous months are going to suddenly seem manageable and solvable. It is like someone turned on the lights in a room that had been dark, and you can finally see clearly what you are dealing with. I am also getting that this represents the end of a period where you may have been too hard on yourself. Virgos have a tendency toward perfectionism and self-criticism, and the Nine of Swords reversed suggests that September brings much more self-compassion and realistic expectations. You are going to give yourself credit for how much you have grown and accomplished instead of focusing only on what still needs improvement. The mental clarity that comes with this card is going to serve you so well with all the opportunities and movement indicated by the other cards. Instead of second-guessing yourself or getting paralyzed by too many options, you are going to feel confident in your decision-making abilities and trust your judgment. There is also an element of spiritual or philosophical peace that comes with this card. You might find yourself feeling more connected to your purpose, more at peace with the timing of your life, or simply more accepting of uncertainty as a natural part of growth. The final card for your September reading is the Knight of Wands, and this energy is going to propel you forward with passion, courage, and enthusiasm that might surprise you. Knights represent action and movement, and the Knight of Wands specifically is about passionate pursuit of goals, adventure, and fearless forward momentum. For Virgos, who are sometimes more cautious and methodical in your approach, this card suggests that September is going to awaken your inner fire in really exciting ways. This knight is not reckless. He is confident and decisive. He knows what he wants, and he goes after it with complete commitment. That is going to be your energy in September. After all the preparation, emotional growth, and clarity you have gained, you are going to feel ready to take bold action toward your goals. The Wand suit connects to passion, creativity, and career advancement. So this card strongly suggests that September brings opportunities for you to pursue something you feel genuinely excited about. This might be a new job, a side project that could become something bigger, or even a completely new direction that aligns better with your true interests and values. What I find particularly powerful about this card for Virgos is that it represents the marriage of careful planning with passionate action. You are not going to abandon your natural tendency to think things through, but you are going to feel much more willing to take calculated risks and move quickly when the right opportunities present themselves. The Knight of Wands also suggests possible travel, whether for work or adventure. This could be anything from a business trip that opens up new connections to a spontaneous getaway that refreshes your perspective. The key is that this movement feels energizing rather than draining. I am also seeing that this Knight energy helps you break out of any ruts or patterns that have been limiting your growth. If you have been playing it safe in any area of your life, September is going to give you the courage and motivation to expand your horizons and try new approaches. The fire energy of this card is going to be particularly good for any creative projects or entrepreneurial ideas you have been developing. You are going to feel inspired to share your work with others, put yourself out there, and take the steps necessary to turn ideas into reality. So let me bring all of this together for you. August was your month of gaining clarity and developing emotional wisdom. You cut through confusion, faced some truths that needed to be acknowledged, and discovered your ability to lead with both heart and mind. That foundation of clarity and emotional intelligence is what makes everything that is coming in September possible. September is bringing swift movement, multiple opportunities, creative inspiration, the end of overthinking patterns, and the courage to take passionate action toward your goals. The universe is basically saying, you have done the inner work. Now here are the external opportunities to match your new level of readiness. The combination of these energies suggests that September is going to feel like everything is finally clicking into place. The careful analysis and emotional growth you experienced in August has prepared you perfectly for a month of dynamic forward movement and exciting possibilities. What I want you to remember as you move into September is that you have everything you need within you already. The clarity, the emotional intelligence, the organizational skills, the ability to balance multiple priorities, all of that has been developing and strengthening, and now you get to see it in action. Trust your instincts this month. That Page of Cups energy is going to give you access to intuitive guidance that complements your analytical nature beautifully. When opportunities arise, you are going to know in both your head and your heart which ones are right for you. I am so excited to see how this unfolds for you. The cards are showing such positive movement and growth, and it all feels very aligned with your highest good. September is going to be one of those months you look back on as a turning point, when everything shifted into a higher gear and new possibilities opened up that you might not have even imagined before. Keep being your amazing, thoughtful, capable Virgo self, but be ready to embrace the adventure and excitement that is heading your way. You have absolutely earned this period of acceleration and success.